Welcome, welcome, fellow diamond painters. It's me again, DP Crazy Lady. This is just going to be a minimal whip and sip. And yes, I do have coffee. It is 6:19. It is Friday. It is the 22nd of December, 2023. And our temperature is 42 degrees. So it's not bad out. Okay, this is what I've gotten done so far. Not a whole lot. I mean, maybe it looks like a lot to y'all, but to me, I'm not even finished with one section. But I do like it. This is with the light on. With the light off, it's even prettier, I think. It's beautiful so far, what I have done, I think. And it's going to take me a little while because I'm being very OCD with it, since I'm giving it to, as a gift. It's not just for me. So I thought I'd come on here for a short time and, do a few drills and talk to you. My mother came today. She got here. She said, "Oh, I'm sorry I'm late." No, she wasn't late. I mean, there was no, I don't make, visiting times for my mother or anybody else, unless you're coming like for dinner or something, which that'll never happen. But anyhow, she got here a little later. She went to her doctor's appointment, and since where she lives and where I live, her doctor is like at the halfway point. That's why she decided to continue, and come out this way. Because there's a lot of times I go and see her. So, but she figured she was, halfway here. Why not? So, yes, she brought me a coffee pot. Coffee machine, coffee pot, I don't know, whatever you call it. It's a small Black & Decker, a 5-cup, which is just what I need. It's only me and my daughter, so it's not like, I need this huge monster of a machine. So, and then she also got me oh, it's beautiful. Wasn't expecting it. A nice area rug for my kitchen. It's a 30 by 46, and it's like a burgundy with white lining trim, or light, like a trim. I don't have a picture of it, but I'd like to find one a little bit smaller so that one I have going across in front of my sink, and if I could get a smaller one to match for in front of my stove, it would be perfect. But I really liked it, and then she bought my daughter because she said, I don't know what to get her. She doesn't really need anything, and blah blah blah. Well, my daughter is in Aries, and my mother ended up getting her a small booklet that is all about Aries, And one thing my daughter mentioned after my mom left, she goes, "Well, I just looked at that." She said, "Isn't that great? Aries are known to be prone to be, they're accident prone." She goes, "Well, ain't that special?" So, uh, she does have accidents, so, and this last one was a doozy. And she's walking around real good now. She's using her cane. She's doing the exercises. The one where you have to lay a towel down and try to scrunch it up, gather and scrunch it up with your toes. She said is the one that really hurts her pretty bad. And it's a good thing they still, are letting her have pain pills. They said if she needed any more, to let them know. But she's only, instead of taking a whole one, she said that a whole one just loops her, and she doesn't like that feeling. So she does like a half a tablet. She breaks it in half and takes that. Okay, before I do a few more of the paintings. There's something I want to show you. There was a lady, and I'm going to be talking to her on instant messenger later to thank her and everything. But I wanted to do this on the video, and in case she wants to watch the video. I don't even know if she knows I have a channel. But anyway, she had was asking people if anybody had extra drills for the strength along the journey, because she had run out. And I know, as well as a few others know, that you ask them from Diamond Art and it takes forever. And I told her, I said, oh yes, I have plenty, of the ones she needed. So I sent them to her. She was in Corpus Christi, Texas. So I sent them to her, along with a Christmas card, and wishing her happy holidays, blah, blah. And they arrived, and she said, oh, thank you so much. And then she ended up showing the finished product on Facebook that, she said, thanks to me, I supplied her with the drills. She didn't have to, she had them, she finished them. She had plenty of drills left over, which is good. And I've talked to her a few times on instant message, and, she's a real nice lady. Really nice lady. I won't mention her name unless she says I can later. But anyhow, my daughter a few days ago said, Mom, there's some kind of package coming for you from Texas. And I said, who do I know in Texas? I mean, I kept trying to think. I said, well, I know Diamond Art's in Texas, Craftly's in Texas. They're not sending me anything. And then after a couple days, when she said, oh, it says Corpus Christi, and I said, well, she wouldn't be sending me anything. Well, there's nothing, that she needs to send me or whatever, and I said, oh, if it's a Christmas card, why would it say, tracking and everything else? Well, apparently she has another hobby. Other than diamond painting, she also crochets. And this item that she sent me, I have seen a few people on Facebook do a little whippy thing with them, like this. I'll show you. But I've never seen one like this. And number one, it is highly unusual to me, very well crafted, and it is the most fantastic thing I've ever seen. I mean, for me, it's very intricate, and like I said, unusual. Okay, it is a change purse, and it's got a nice little frog stone on there. It's a frog. At least I think that's what it is. Looks like it. Anyway, it has a zipper. Nothing will fall out of it. These are pop tabs. Tabs, from soda cans or whatever. I'm sure you buy these separate somewhere, but she crochets and makes items. Probably purses, wallets, whatever they are called. I mean, look at the detail on these, and the crocheting part is beautiful. I mean, it's like perfect. And she puts the zipper in. She sews the zipper in, and so, I mean, it is so highly unusual. And isn't that, I mean, it's just gorgeous. Maybe y'all don't think, but I do. I have to show this to whoever I meet. I forgot to show it to my mother today when she came, but it's like, I want to thank her so much for, number one, thinking of me to want to gift me with one of her other hobbies, and for the fine details in the, in these. They're just, it's, like I said, it's unusual, and nobody else would have one like mine. Just me. So, and she didn't send it for a Christmas gift or a birthday gift. She just sent it like a thank you, for drills. I mean, it was no big deal to send her or anybody else who needed the drills. I would send them. You don't have to thank, nobody has to thank me. All they have to say is they arrived. So I know they got there. You know, uh, it's not that expensive to even ship any drills. I think it cost me $1, to send them with the card and stuff. So, but I thought I'd show you this. Highly unusual, I guess, change purse. Uh, where I have to use it. I have to carry it in my purse. So, thought I would show you that. It was highly unexpected. I enjoy other crafts. I enjoy seeing other people, doing other crafts and what they can create. I don't think I could do something like that. I mean, I crochet, I knit, I make Afghans. I've done a little minimal quilting. I'm just not a good person to sew. I don't care for sewing. I mean, when my ex and I were together uh, in the early 70s, they had something that came out called the uh, buttoneer, I think it was called, something like that, where you didn't have to sew the buttons on anymore. You used this little thing and clicked it, and it put a little plastic, almost the same principle as, how they clip tags on your items, and it has like a little straight piece, and it has the little extra loop or little one on the other side, so you can't pull the tags off until you clip it. Well, almost the same thing, except they'd go through the little holes on your buttons on your shirts and those things. And I had one. My ex had gotten me one, and every time he'd get a loose button on his dress shirts, oh me, I just said, I'm not sewing it. Here, let me just snap. They probably look dumb as hell. I mean, you have the right color. They came with different colors, either the white ones or brown ones or black ones, to match the button as close as possible. And it worked. It would stay on. I mean, they weren't coming off, and because I hate to sew, I hate it with a passion. The only major sewing I did when I was in high school is I had to, when I was in ninth grade, you had to sew your own graduation dress. Uh, and bought the pattern, did all the cutting out, did it. I got an A on it. So I did do something right. But after that, I just refused. I would sooner do the cooking classes and things. I didn't like the the sewing at all. It just was not my thing. So um, I forgot to mention when I mentioned it yesterday about the soap on the rope, because I said different things come to me afterwards. That's what happens when you're getting older and your brain kind of goes on vacation without you. Anyhow, it wasn't just a running gag for my brother. It was, if my sisters, got a new boyfriend or, um, got married and there was another man in the family, their first gift was soap on the rope. They all got stuck with soap on the rope, whether they wanted it or not wanted it. So it continued for quite a few years. But, oh, and then when my mother came uh, today, she brought me 2 more butternut squash, which we love. And then she brought this big, I call it a muskmelon. My daughter said it's a, now I can't think of it. I'm as bad as my mother. When she was over here, she kept trying to think of some things that she wanted to say to me, and she was like, I can't remember. Now I'm doing it. But honeydew, that's what it is. It was, I mean, it was like this big around. I mean, it was huge. When she brought it in, the first thing I thought about, I told my daughter, I said, hey, we can go bowling. It was the size of a bowling ball, and it is not, I am not exaggerating that. I'm not like a man saying, I caught a fish, but it was this big. No. This thing's huge. And I did end up cutting it open, and because my mom said she just cut hers open yesterday, and she said it was good for the first time in a long time. She finally got something that, because she said cantaloupes, she can never pick a good one, and believe me, neither can I. And so I cut it open, and I ended up having a piece, of which I got to watch that, because those muskmelons and honeydews and such are high glycemic, and it can really raise your blood sugar, which it did. It went up a little bit, but I was fine. I had to have a piece. I had to have some. So, yeah, she stayed for a little while. I sent her home with a bunch of jugs of juice that I had gotten that I didn't need. Apple juice and grape juice, and told her to go through my canned goods and stuff. Because I can't use them fast enough before they, expire or past the due date. And let's see what else. She visited for a while. She said, I guess my sister, my other sister, is going to come and pick up my brother and go up to my mom's for Christmas. I don't think my other sister from Tennessee, she's not coming up that I know of. So, but I'm staying home, and then tomorrow night, my daughter and I, at about, I figure around 7 Eastern time, we're gonna go and drive around for about an hour or so and look at Christmas lights. We did it last year, and there was a lot of snow last year. This year, it doesn't look like we're going to get any for Christmas, which is, doesn't matter to me. I'll be indoors after. But we thought we'd go and look at some Christmas lights. And I told her bring her phone, and if she can get some photos or movie film or something, some film, rather, videotaping it. And this is going to take me quite a while to do. I can see that. And then I've been having issues with sorry, probably if I turn away from the camera you can't hear me. I noticed that. Maybe I'm talking too loud too, but anyway, my left shoulder, I think I had mentioned to my subscribers that about 20 or 21 years ago, 20, there was a car accident where someone rear-ended me, and I was sandwiched between them and the pickup truck, excuse me, that was in front of me. So it put me between them. And from that day on, my left shoulder just, I can feel it crunching when I move my shoulder or my arm and stuff. I can feel it in the, is it rotator cup or rotator cuff? I never remember what they call it, but it's in there. They did cortisone shots, you know, do this therapy, everything else. And for a while it was not feeling too bad. And now as I've gotten older and the weather is changing, it's starting to get really painful. And as I sit and hold the tray, as I'm moving it over and leaning, it just, oh, it pains that shoulder. So I am going a little slower than I normally do. So I will get it done as I get it done, I guess. It's not like my sister knows anything's coming. And I think as long as I get it to her for her birthday, she'll be happy. Like I said, she's not expecting anything anyway, because we don't buy for each other. You know, there's my nieces that are just small now. You know, they buy, you know, we buy for them or get them something. They're children. You know, being adults, it's like, no, we don't need anything. Though my brother called me, my sister's gonna pick him up and take him up to my mom's. And of course he had to buy some little trinkets or little somethings or whatever for everybody in the family. He doesn't have a whole lot. He only works a part-time job, and he's waiting for his military benefits, retirement benefits. Who knows how long that'll take. He's waiting for that. They said they're behind, so because he had to wait until he was a certain age and then, you know, fill everything out for it. And being he's a little disabled, they have to give a certain, you know, they have to go down a certain criteria or whatever it is. So I told him, I said, if I were you, I wouldn't expect anything till way after the holidays, that's for sure. And he applied, I think it was, well, his birthday was November, a day or two after Thanksgiving, so he applied prior to that, and once he turned that certain age, then they would put in all the paperwork, and who knows how long, like I said, it will take. So what am I going to talk about real quick here? I'm so anticipating getting that craftably that gnome frosty snow, whatever. I can never remember the name of it, but there's 3 gnomes in there, and by craftably, and I keep checking, you know, their website, and so far they still have about 18 of them left. So hopefully, you know, because the way they kind of put it is, you know, the few that they're showing that came in, once they're sold out, a few will not be returning. And it's not like I need another gnome painting, but I need that one. I want that one. So on the 29th, when I add a few more dollars of shipping and stuff to the gift card that Becky was sweetheart to send me, I will be getting that. And January, and that's her name. That's what we call her. One of our dear subscribers. January, you are starting to become an enabler, because she's sending me, and I'll show them in a couple days or so. She's been sending me pictures of what she's diamond painting, and she's into gnomes too, but she's also into red pickup trucks, or pickup trucks. So she's doing a 12-pack of pickup trucks. She was going to do the 12-pack of the gnomes, but now she's going to do the 12-pack of the pickup trucks, because there are some gnomes in them. Well, I ended up seeing hers. I saw the same pack that she says she's going to be doing, and now you're tempting me to buy the darn thing, because I seen them and I like them. You people need to quit that. Don't enable me. I'm easily influenced here, especially when it comes to this hobby. You need to stop. So, it's like after the first of the year, but I'll tell you, everything has went up. Everything. My lot rent has went up. My electric bill, my insurance for my car, my home insurance. I mean, groceries. Oh my gosh, they're out of here. I mean, I used to say many years ago that, oh look, I get to use some purple. Many years ago, I used to say, yeah, money's valuable, and the things you buy, those are valuable. I said, but you watch, one of these days, it's going to come down to that if somebody breaks into your house, they're not going to steal your money or your furniture. They're going to steal your food. That's what's more expensive. That's what's worth more on the open market, I guess. I mean, come on. I just cannot believe the prices anymore. And especially Dollar Tree. I mean, now it's not, first off, it's not a dollar store anymore. It's $1.25. And now they've got, back in their freezer section, they have their $1.25, whatever. And then 3 or 4 of the compartments in the freezer section are your $3 and $5 and $6 items. So why call yourself a dollar store? Don't call yourself the Dollar Tree. You're not the Dollar Tree anymore. And it isn't even called Dollar Plus, because it isn't a dollar plus whatever. It's, you're just a store just like Dollar General now, because I've got Dollar Tree at this end of the plaza, and I go 3 or 4 doors down and I got Dollar General. And between the two of them, there's not a whole heck of a lot of difference in prices at all. So they, went the way of big profit, and it's, not $1 anymore. So, oh well, you get your, and then, next door to Dollar Tree, apropos, there is Goodwill. So, and there isn't a whole lot in Goodwill that's cheap anymore either. I mean, it used to be when you went to Goodwill and, you want to buy a piece of furniture they had, stuff, it was usually repaired by, handicap, or who they had working in there. And it was well worth getting the product. That's where I had gotten my first beautiful sofa when I was first married. My stepmother bought it for me, and it was over $100 back then in the 70s, 69, 70. But it had been cleaned, it had been reupholstered, and they delivered it from the Goodwill. So, and they did, a beautiful job. So, not anymore. Usually the furniture they get it in, they set it, and hey, you buy it. You buy it as is, as was, out the door and gone. So, I don't understand that, but, and there's no rhyme or reason to some of the stuff they have down there at the Goodwill. I mean, I won't buy any electronics down there, none of their coffee machines or toasters, everything, because you don't know. You don't know how good the product is, and, it is used. So, and the Goodwill they have one little small area there where they got brand new stuff, and it's usually like, Christmas decorations and, your little tchotchkes, type things that are brand new, and they sell them for whatever, is reasonable, I guess. I suppose it had been donated, just like, um, like a warehouse truck type, where they have an overload of different things and they donate them to the Goodwill. And then the Goodwill sells them if they're brand new products. So, well, I guess I have spoken enough. I was going to make this short and sweet, and here I am still blabbering away. And yes, I'm going to have a sip of my coffee. Y'all, what are you drinking? And speaking of, is anybody drinking for New Year's? Because I don't drink particularly. Not anymore. I mean, I may have a Kahlua and cream for New Year's, because I do have some of that left, the Tia Maria and Kahlua. I have one of the Kahluas that is caramel Kahlua, and then I have a pint that my mother bought for me. Oh my gosh. A pint of Southern Comfort, which I used to love Southern Comfort, only straight. She bought that pint. It has to be 6, 7 years. And it's still about 95% full, because I don't, might take a shot of that on New Year's Eve, or the Kahlua. I don't know which. But that's it. That's, I spent my drinking days back, Boone's Farm apple. Boone's Farm strawberry apple, remember Boone's Farm? And, your things like Valley High, those fruit thingies, oh my gosh. They were awful. They'd make you sick. They sure would. So, well, I think you've already said what y'all are going to do for Christmas. What are you doing for New Year's? Staying home, going to parties. I went to one New Year's Eve party in 1971. 70 to 60, 70, and it turned 71. And I didn't drink. I was 7 months pregnant with my son, and my ex and I went to friends of his New Year's Eve party, and that was it. It was no big deal. Yelled and screamed when the ball hit, or New Year's, whatever, and then went home. That was the extent of that party. I had more fun at the Halloween party that we went to through my ex's insurance company that we had. It was the Independent Order of Foresters, and they would have get-togethers and such. And we went to a Halloween party there. My husband went as a cowboy, and I went as an Indian squaw with a papoose on the front, because at that time then I would have been about 5 months, October, November, December. I would have been about 5 months pregnant, 4 or 5 months pregnant. And they kept asking me, "Where's your papoose? I said, "I'm wearing it on the front." So, but that was a lot of fun. That party was a lot of fun. They had a lot of games to play, and they gave gifts and door prizes and things. That was very, and it was very an intimate type party. It wasn't like, we went to someone's house, and the one guy, or the woman, worked with my husband, and her husband was the one that sold the insurance, and they had the party at their house. And like I said, there were door prizes. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot, really enjoyed it. It was nice making friends then. Now, I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything. I stay home and mind my own business. And I figure I don't want to make friends or frenemies or anything of some of the neighbors that live around me here, because I have to live here. I can't just pick up roots and move. I have to stay here. So I can't afford to move anywhere else. And if you make an enemy when you live in a mobile home park, you live a little too close to, make enemies. Thank goodness I don't live in amongst. I'm in a huge corner lot. There's nobody around me, and I've insulated myself. So, well, I guess I will get off here and do some more diamond painting, and then do up my dinner dishes, which I didn't do. We ate supper late, and it said since my mother came and stayed a little later, I didn't get to get my lunch until late, and so I didn't have dinner until late because I wasn't really hungry. So, well, I'm making stir fry tomorrow. So, I already decided that. Was going to do it today and didn't, but making that tomorrow. So, all right, y'all have a good evening. Enjoy your weather, enjoy your holidays. I probably won't get back on here until after Christmas Eve, or do one on Christmas Day. So have a good one. Love you all. Hugs. Keep coming back. Comment. Hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs down, whichever you prefer. But hope you get what you want. Hope Santa brings you everything. So, DP Crazy Lady, bye-bye. Happy holidays.